Hello and welcome to another episode of My Math World. I am your teacher, Steven Jackson. Our ugly problem is viewer contributed tonight. It comes from a viewer named Carl from Bloomington. At this time I want to say, hey Carl, thank you for what you bring to our My Math World. Your problem really is an ugly problem because, as you can tell, it's a word problem. Not too many people like word problems, but you know what? In Steven's world, I have my students, when they get to a relevant fact like a number, I have them repeat it several times until they can be comfortable with that slice. So, speaking of slices, let's go ahead and look at the problem. This is sent in by Carl. The entire pizza had 8 slices. 8 slices. 8 slices. How many pieces did the pizza have? 8. We're going to need that. Jim eats about 2 pieces. 2 pieces. 2 pieces. So we'll write that 2 down. But only 6 remain. 6 remain. 6 remain. What percentage has Jim consumed? So thanks to Carl, we not only have a word problem, we have a percentage problem, which means we have a whole, that bag of burgers from Five Guys, the pizza, the box of ice cream bars, we have a whole, and because it's a percentage, it's divided into 100 different parts. And so, anytime we have a whole divided into parts, we got a fraction. Now, here's the neat part, ladies and gentlemen. That fraction in Steven's world has 2 parts. The top number divided by the bottom number. Now, if we look at the numbers, we see that the entire pizza had 8 slices. When we remember from when we first started talking about fractions, the bottom part of the fraction always has to be the reference number or the resource number, the total number of parts that we're dividing things up. So we're going to take 8 and we're going to put in the bottom. Now, we can either put the 2 or the 6 here. Let's go back to the problem again. It's usually a good idea to read the problem 2 or 3 times before you actually start working the problem. Jim eats about 2 pieces, only 6 remain. What percentage has Jim consumed? Now, Jim consumed, that means we want to go up here and pick 2 for 2 out of 8 pieces. And one other part of the problem that we have to take into consideration, when we divide the top by the bottom, that's all it is in Steven's world, and you might have already done that on your calculators, or you already know that 2 over 8 is 1/4. We're going to get a decimal. We want the answer to be a percentage. So here we go. We're going to take and multiply our answer by 100. And if you remember from my lessons, anytime we multiply by 100, we move the decimal place over 1, 2 places. So wherever that decimal place is, we're going to move it 2 places to the right. Before we take 2 divided by 8, does anybody see anything in common between the top and the bottom? A 2. We can take a slice of 2 out and get 1. we can take a slice of 2 out and get 4. Now we have 1 over 4. If you remember the old yell, 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. How many quarters is in a dollar? 4. Each quarter is worth how much? 25. So we have 0.25 times 100 to get our percent. Now, we can go ahead and put that into the calculator, or we can remember our little trick when we multiply by 100, because there's 2 zeros, we move the decimal point over 2 places. So our answer is 25%. When Jim eats 2 pieces of pizza, and there's 8 slices total, he ate 25% of the pizza, Carl. Well, there we have it. Another episode, another ugly problem, this time contributed by you, the viewer. Remember, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, go back and watch all of our My Math World lessons at OVDad59, and send me all of your ugly problems. And remember, until next time, your goals, your dreams, your ugly problems is my job.